Hi, I'm John and welcome to the Jigsaw Puzzler, as today we explore my Christmas jigsaw puzzle haul. It breaks into two parts. The first part over here are those presents or those jigsaw puzzles that I was given as Christmas presents by other people. The second part over here are the secondhand jigsaw puzzles, which I'll come to and tell the story of those in a bit. But let's start with the presents. We had a family Christmas gathering on Christmas Day at a relative of my wife's family, and one of the relatives there gave us this absolutely wonderful, magnificent puzzle, St. Peter's Basilica 1500 piece jigsaw puzzle mind bogglers in their gold series, which means that it actually has a shiny gold surface all over it, picking out the details of the ceiling. This is a wonderful, beautiful puzzle, one that I have actually done before. I already have this puzzle somewhere here. Here we go. So I already have it and I've already done it, but we were quite happy to receive this gift. We didn't let her know that we'd already had this present. It was an op-shop purchase for her. And that's a move that we really applaud. Buying secondhand puzzles for jigsaw puzzle enthusiasts is just fine as a Christmas present, in my opinion. They don't have to be new puzzles. All right, so yes, we received this one. I will do it to check that all the pieces are there, I think. And then I'll probably donate that one to our local library for their puzzle library. But it's a beauty. I know that I've commented on a number of people's posts on Facebook, various Facebook groups, about doing this puzzle. People find these two side sections the hardest part of the puzzle to do, and I would agree with that. But this is a wonderful, beautiful puzzle to do. You do have to be careful of your lighting though, with the gold metallic finish on it. It can be very shiny, but that's a beautiful puzzle. The next puzzle in the set is this one. It's a Clementoni puzzle, and it is called Himeji Castle in Spring. It's a Japanese castle. This puzzle became available at Aldi, quite reasonably priced. I think about $14. So I sent a message. I live a long way from an Aldi in a small country town, so I sent a message to a family member and said, can you duck off to Aldi and grab this puzzle and the next one for me? And I received these puzzles from my mum for Christmas. It's really beautiful. It is a depiction of Himeji Castle in Japan with cherry blossoms here in small distant cherry blossoms here, light pink, and then the closer up ones up here. There's a small section of sky, which I don't think is going to be too hard. There's this red bridge, which will clearly divide the puzzle into two, and then a boat down here, and this reflection on the water I'm expecting is possibly going to be the most difficult part of it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing Himeji Castle in spring. The next puzzle came also from my mum. It also came from Aldi. It is, of course, The Great Wave by Hokusai. Very, very famous image. And this was also at Aldi, $14, I think. And I just knew that I'd really, really want to do this. I think that this section here will be the hardest, but some of these waves, the fingers that the waves are making, I don't think they'll be particularly easy either. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. The two Japanese ones from Aldi are really good. Both Clementoni brands, so I'm expecting them to be very high quality. I've got several Clementoni puzzles and they're all excellent. All right, the last gift that I received was from our eldest daughter, and I have done in this series, the Wes Anderson and his movies series by Haya, 1000-piece puzzle by Haya, and there are a couple of others in the series, and one of my favourite movie directors is Alfred Hitchcock. I've got probably all of his movies. I've got a lot of books about him, and I saw that this was available, Alfred Hitchcock and his movies, and I thought, yes, I'd really love to have this. I dropped some very non-subtle hints, and lo and behold, our eldest daughter turned up with this for my Christmas present, and I was very pleased to get it. Haya, very high quality brand, 1,000 pieces in their Movie Masters series. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Already looking at the image, I can identify a great number of the movies or elements from the movies that he produced. The Trouble with Harry, we've got Vertigo, we have North by Northwest, we have Psycho, we have Rear Window, all sorts of, and lots of smaller details. There's the lifeboat from Lifeboat. There's the train here from the 39 Steps. And lots of little tiny birds, hinting at the film The Birds. All sorts of wonderful things to find on that picture, things that I would be quite familiar with. Of course, as with the Wes Anderson puzzle, the same with this one. Alfred Hitchcock himself appears in the puzzle. I've already found him. And that's kind of like his movies. He appears in every one of his movies as well as a small cameo role. So that's kind of a nod to his own directorial technique here on this puzzle. Very much looking forward to doing that. I'll certainly do a video of that one. Then last of all is a puzzle that I bought myself. It wasn't for Christmas, but I did open it at Christmas. I took it out of its shopping bag. But I bought this so that my puzzle partner and I could do this, which we haven't yet done. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle. Trevor Dickinson is the producer of the illustration. I think it is privately produced, quite difficult to come by, and it's called Mayfield Worth Visiting. Mayfield Worth Visiting, it was a slogan applied to the Newcastle suburb of Mayfield many years ago, and there were signs at the beginning of the suburb when you drove along the main roads that just said, large letters, Mayfield Worth Visiting. But Mayfield is actually a very ordinary industrial working class suburb, gentrifying to some extent these days in Newcastle. It's where my grandparents used to live. And there's nothing particularly outstanding about it as a place for tourists to visit. It has no tourist attractions. It's not by the beach. It doesn't have a water park or a something or other. That's not to say that it's not worth visiting, but it just doesn't have the tourist appeal that many other places that self-promote, that say, stop here and have a look at this thing. Well, in Mayfield, there just isn't. It's houses and shops and some light industries, and back in the day, some very heavy industries. So Trevor Dickinson obviously has got quite a sense of humour, has taken this somewhat overblown slogan that the council put up, Mayfield Worth Visiting, and looked around and thought, well, what is Mayfield's greatest tourist attraction? And on the corner of Denison Street, it's no longer there. I think it's still a vacant lot, waiting for redevelopment, but it was the White Goods Graveyard, a business called Hunter Valley White Goods, where people who were selling or recycling or whatever their white goods, their fridges, their freezers, their washing machines, they would take them there, and he would salvage them for parts and repair various of these goods. But it was just this huge block filled with old fridges and freezers and washing machines. And that's the illustration that's on the front of it. So in a kind of sense of irony about a place that I'm very familiar with, I thought, I'm going to have this puzzle. This has got to be something special. So we're going to do the White Goods Graveyard from Denison Street, Mayfield. Mayfield worth visiting. If you happen to be in the Newcastle area, Mayfield is worth visiting, but don't expect to find great tourist attractions there. Just normal people, normal shops, normal houses. Okay, now onto this pile. We started a new family tradition this Christmas. On Christmas Eve, was it the day before Christmas Eve? I don't remember. Day before Christmas Eve, perhaps. A day or two before Christmas anyway. we decided that we would go and visit all of the op shops in the area and see what puzzles we could find. Now, in the area, not in the small town that I live in, but in the part of Sydney that we were spending Christmas in, there are quite a number of op shops, very good ones in fact, around the area. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can think of. And we went to all 6 of them. Unfortunately, 2 of them were closed for Christmas, but that's okay. We still made good on the 4 that were there. We'll talk about that one in a minute. All right, so this pile comes from those op shops, plus 2 other puzzles that my puzzle partner has with her at the moment. So I can't show you those. All right, we picked up for $6 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle of Liguria, Italy. It's in, so I've got the Venice one out of this series here. From the Scenic Puzzles series. So looking forward to doing that. I love puzzles with buildings on them, so this one is not going to be too hard for me. Not particularly challenging, I don't think. The sky is probably going to be the worst part, this sort of sunset cloud. But apart from that, I think it's going to be quite a good puzzle to do. The second puzzle we picked up was 1,500 pieces, and I'm really hoping this one is complete because it's such a fun image. It's a little bit of an older puzzle. 2003, the designer is Alexander Chen, and it's a W.H. Smith puzzle called Chinatown. And it is a cartoon puzzle depicting a Chinatown scene, and I'm assuming this is Chinatown in London, given the large red double-decker bus. Yes, it's all sorts of details. This is a busy puzzle with lots of area of details, but the closer you look, the more that you can find that you might be able to focus in on a particular area and do that as a puzzle. 1,500 pieces is a bit, don't do a lot of 1,500s, but happy to do this one. So looking forward to Chinatown. Then for $5 picked up a Ravensburger puzzle. My puzzle partner was not keen on this. She doesn't like the design. I thought I'd be happy to give this one a go. It is Alice in Wonderland. And actually it's called Most Everyone is Mad, but it is in fact Alice in Wonderland with the Cheshire Cat here, Alice here, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the Queen of Hearts. We've got the Mad Hatter, Humpty Dumpty, the White Rabbit, the Caterpillar. There's the White Rabbit. This is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So characters from very cartoony, but not in the same way as Chinatown's a drawn cartoon. This is more of an illustrated cartoon from Dean McAdam, a 2020 Ravensburger puzzle, 1,000 pieces. Looking forward to that. Not sure how I will tackle this one or how difficult it's going to be. Some areas up here I think are going to be quite difficult. Others, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I think I'll find those pretty quickly. Alright, next we have a That's Life puzzle. And we have actually done this one, my puzzle partner and I. 1,000 pieces, $4 from Vinnie's. So really excellent. This one is of Bondi Beach. We did this over a couple of days. Normally this might take us an hour to 2 hours, but we were not racing this one. We just plodded away at it and did it a section at a time. There's a darker section, a grey sort of brown section here, plus the building. The yellow of the beach, the blue of the sea, and then the sky with all sorts of things breaking that up. So it can be done in striped sections, and that's essentially how we did it. The beach was the last bit we did. We did the sky fairly quickly. We did this section and the building pretty quickly. My puzzle partner did the border, and then we just simply filled in all the motifs, found the larger motifs like the whale or the lifesaver boat, this beach buggy, these umbrellas here, and we're able to piece those together pretty quickly. A fun puzzle. That's Life puzzles. I've got another one up there of a restaurant. Yeah, the restaurant kitchen. They are excellent to do. Very entertaining images, but quite busy. The next one I've got is a Mind Bogglers 1,000 piece puzzle of Florence. We have so many puzzles. Actually, my puzzle partner has so many puzzles in this series. It's almost difficult to find one that she hasn't got, and we don't have this one. It's a view of the cityscape of Florence, a small strip of sky across the top, thankfully. This section at the bottom here, this hedge and some of this area here might be challenging to do, as might some of the strip of roofs in the middle there. But we're looking forward to giving that a go at our own leisure. That won't be speed puzzled, I don't think. Then we've got this absolute beauty. Now, I saw somebody post this puzzle on a Facebook Jigsaw puzzle page during the year, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be lovely to do that? It's 800 pieces, so a bit between the 5 and the 1,000, and it is of the Rosetta Stone. It still has some of its packaging attached to it. It was $8 to pick this one up, but it is in fact in the shape of the Rosetta Stone, and it obviously has the 3 banks of Egyptian, hieratic and Greek writing on it. I think this will be a challenge to do. I think because it's just banks of writing with very little variation. I mean, there's this spot here and there are the lines dividing, so you'll be able to tell the 3 sections. I think this is going to be a challenge to do. The top section I'm expecting to be the easy one with hieroglyphs, the Greek section the harder one. But yes, we'll just wait and see, but I'm very much looking forward to doing the Rosetta Stone. Then I found, well, my wife actually found this, and I said, yes, I'm having that. This is a Clementoni museum collection. For $5, I got The Scream by Edvard Munch. Very famous artistic painting image, and I took one look at it and I thought, yes, I want to do that. This could be the most challenging of all the puzzles that I've got here, simply because the variations in colour are so... they blend into each other so much that it might actually be quite challenging to do. This brown area down here in particular, I'm thinking, and this here might not be particularly fun, but we'll wait and see, and I'm very much looking forward to doing that. I have some other Clementoni puzzles in their museum collection series. I have the Sistine Chapel, which I showed in a previous video, 1,000 pieces. I have Monet, the bridge, the Garden of Giverny, in a 2,000 piece puzzle, I think. And I've got, where's the other one? Yeah, 2,000 piece puzzle of Van Gogh's The Starry Night. So I've got a few Clementoni Museum Series puzzles. Looking forward to that. Then the last puzzle actually was a gift. It is secondhand. It was a gift from my puzzle partner, my youngest daughter. It is the Alfred Hitchcock Mystery Jigsaw Puzzle. It's one of those puzzles where it includes a book that you have to read and solve the clues to assemble the puzzle, and then you solve the mystery that is in the story. I have the Agatha Christie one of these, and also the Orient Express puzzle in the same series. I have not done any of the 3 of them before. These are a new style of puzzle to me. Looking forward to doing that. And as I said before, with this Heya puzzle, I love Alfred Hitchcock and his movies. So even though he was a fairly unpleasant man, I do admire his movies. So I've got that to look forward as well. It looks like it's brand new, but it was bought secondhand. It's got some labels and things on it indicating that. So that's from the Bepuzzled Classics series, 1,000 pieces. And let's see how we go with, well, I'll probably be able to solve the puzzle. I reckon I'll be able to do the puzzle. Whether I can solve the mystery, that remains to be seen. It's a classic mystery with a challenging twist. You read the sinister secrets of suspects who have an unusual obsession with Alfred Hitchcock and his films. You assemble the 1,000-piece puzzle and weave your way through a tangled web of cryptic clues to catch a psychopathic killer. You solve the obsession by finding the devilishly disguised clues from the story and the puzzle. Beware, the puzzle is different from the picture on the box. So that's not the image. We don't get shown the image for these puzzles. All right, so that is my puzzle haul for Christmas 2024. As I say, there were at least 2 other puzzles that my puzzle partner has. One we bought for her, which was a gradient puzzle. It's fiendishly difficult because it's printed on both sides of the puzzle and it's a different gradient on both sides. I hope she's enjoying herself with that, because that's not the kind of puzzle I really want to do. And I think the other puzzle was another one kind of like this, a cityscape, from memory, a cityscape of part of Venice and a canal in Venice. Yes, I think that's what it was. I'd love to know how many puzzles there are out there of the city of Venice. There seem to be so many and they're everywhere. All right, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed those puzzles. I hope you find something inspiring there that you might want to go and track down and see if you can find to do at some time for yourself. I strongly support charity shops. At Christmas, we spent probably $40 at charity shops buying puzzles, and that money goes towards very worthwhile social enterprises through various charitable organisations. We're happy to support that any time of the year, but particularly at Christmas, when so much of our obsession is with spending money on things we essentially don't need, but we just love to have. All right. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next time.